I need to remind everybody that a lot of the hype that you see in the news, whether you call it mainstream media or whatever, I don't know where everybody, whatever you're paying attention to, right? The socials and all that kind of stuff. It's entirely engineered. And there are actors that deeply, deeply play into this engineering. And I want you to really internalize that. What I'm trying to say is that sort of perception of, chaos and fear and uncertainty, it is a strategic play. That's why I am, this is like straight out of, any sort of strategic play. If you're to play, that's why I don't like playing. And the notion of strategy, I kind of want to distance myself from it, even though that I have done, and learn about strategy and all that kind of stuff. I just, I'm confident enough in my career to say I don't like strategy because it's about doing all this sort of manipulative stuff and thinking about like how I can game the system and how I can get ahead and all of this like like it's just nonsense. And so yes, if you're a benevolent dictator, right? Like you're a benevolent leader someplace that you really deeply care and you have all of the answers, then it's fantastic, right? Like you could strategize all you want and you're going to get ahead. But the fundamental assumption that is missing almost always in much of the sort of strategy literature is that there's not great actors. Often, either they're ill-informed, right? Or you're deeply ill-informed, or, that there are not great actors, right? Like that actually want to harm or manipulate and all that kind of stuff. And if we teach people about strategy, right? Like if we encourage people to be strategic, oh boy, look out. And that's where I want to remind everybody, I got sidetracked. I want to remind everybody that all of the sort of feelings of uncertainty and chaos, a, it's totally engineered, right? The whole thing from the social media platforms with their feedback loops, which are deeply, deeply engineered to entice people. We know without a doubt now that it's engineered to breed fear and negativity. um, you know, is that's how these platforms work because we get more clicks because, stranger danger or, look out, there's a lion coming our way. It's evolutionary programmed into us to pay attention to those kind of things. And so we are like, you know, um, really into that. And then on top of it, on both sides or on, every side, people engineer these things, right? And as deeply engineered the sort of messaging that you get. Right. I know that because I know, look, I put this stuff out. This is not going to get any sort of traction because nobody cares about it. Um, but if I do something that's sensational and I tell people like, oh, the world's falling apart, and I have some sort of headline like that, then everybody's going to pay attention to it. Right, and, it's gonna attract eyeballs. I want you to internalize this as all of the messaging that you're seeing is engineered for you to panic, to, really not have any deep thoughts, and, you know, they the the media system that we have because it's so fine-tuned, right? And it's been like this forever. It's not like, "Oh, this is brand new things," right? Look at the tabloids from the 1920s and all that kinda stuff, right? Like, at New York, they were selling these crazy headlines, and even before that, right? And part of that is because that we respect, the freedom of voice, the freedom of to speak aloud, which is fantastic, but that comes with downfalls, right? Like a lot of downfalls that people get. They could often say whatever they want, and yes, that is fantastic, but at the same time, that comes with a lot of power. Uh, to do things that are not fantastic, right? And you have to realize that deeply if you're feeling panicky. So that's the first thing. The second thing is this panicky, uncertain chaos feeling that you get. It is very unhealthy for us, right? That is a stress hormone that's being released. Um, Whenever you see that, which is taxing, deeply taxing on the body, right? Like you look at somebody that has had a job that is taxing, and in a matter of years, they look super old. There's a reason for that. I want you to really internalize this as like, okay, how can I maintain a healthy life? Which means it may mean like turning it off, right? Like going someplace. And I'm speaking to myself too, right? Like that's a big thing. I want you to realize I'm speaking to myself. Turning it off and, stepping away and still doing good things, right? And if it looks like, the conversation is that, the world's falling apart, we can rebuild it. There's always possibilities to do it, and it might be rebuilt in a better way. There may be better conversations to have, right? Like, don't just because it looks like something that we had cherished for a long time doesn't mean it's going to disappear. There's always wise, smart people that, you know, that can do a lot of good. On the other side, I know that there is a lot of manipulative, dark, nasty people that exist that want to manipulate things. We have to push that away and do what's good every day. Do the things that we know, help, right? Like do things where you calmly put things away. You may study how this is happening, right, in a calm fashion, but I wouldn't even go there because you're going to get wrapped up into it. I think a big thing is to step back and do your work as intended, um, question things clearly, and, move forward every day. Try to help out people. If something doesn't seem right in your vicinity and you have some power to actually change it, lean on changing it as long as you possibly can. Right? Keep doing things. Don't accept things at face value. Um, but understand the chaos, all of that stuff is engineered. It is. So take a deep breath, go for a walk, enjoy the world that we live in. And yesterday was so part of me is like, I know this is like some people don't like this sort of perspective, but this beautiful song Doris Day came on, and man, I was tearing up. Um, and it's que sera, sera. And what that means is whatever will be, will be. Such a beautiful song, and I want you to internalize that. Take a deep breath. Realize that we've gone through around the world many deep, dark moments, and we can prevent these more dark moments in the future, but part of it is having cool, calm, collective, peaceful reactions to something that is going on around you. I deeply believe in efforts like Gandhi, for example, or, even Rosa Parks or whatever, these people that did things in a peaceful manner, I think we have to do the same often. Walk forward in a peaceful manner where people collectively understand you, that you're doing a force for good. And I think that's the best thing that we can always do. One little step at a time. All right. Take care and have a wonderful day. Bye.